Okay, so jumping right into it, Capricorn here, getting that dirt off my shoulder. I hope you're doing so as well. Um, just kind of keeping in mind, since we are talking about quantum and, life could kind of be overwhelming a little bit, in particular to when other people kind of put their burdens on you or their heavy energies, hurt people hurt people. You kind of do have to get that dirt off your shoulder, so to speak. You have to realize that the weird energy when you walk into a room, it has nothing to do with you, and if you can kind of learn to diffuse the situation within yourself and bring levity to the situation, then that might be something that you want to lean towards kind of tactically and socially. Sometimes we do have that little voice in our head that wants us to kind of stand our ground, but oftentimes you get more bees with honey than vinegar. Coming out of conflict, I think, is what's being highlighted with the Five of Wands in reverse. I feel as though at the time of this recording, there's a lot of talk about war and a lot of media BS that, they want to kind of, it does have this kind of, the word substrate wants to come to mind. I don't even know if that's the right word, but there's this kind of element of, a top-down effect here. So I feel as though maybe it's in the stars, maybe it's in the ethers, where there could be at times be a lot of energies of people wanting to stand their ground. The economy might not be doing so well. I think that's where we're seeing that Saturnian restriction in Aquarius until 2023. I'm trying to see if there are any more kind of restrictions and constraints. Pluto is a death and rebirth process, which is a touchy time. That's again until 2023. 2023 seems to be kind of thematically when we kind of come out springtime energy around this time next year, of these kind of these seemingly times of like dilapidation, and we were promised the roaring 20s, and it's been a rough go the first couple years of 2020. I think again with all this kind of BS coming from the top bottom, but let me see what else wants to come out here. So let's define the word that we're using. I don't know why I have an underlying substance or layer. So the substrate, I believe that was the right word that I used. Nonetheless, Five of Wands in the reverse is coming out of conflict, and I do think that is in regards to, what did I say? Six of Cups came out in and of itself. Called it. The Eight of Pentacles is in reverse as well. This is an energy of being out of work, but feeling like you're on the chopping block with the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's what I was kind of looking at right now with the corner of my eye. Four Swords in the reverse. Taking this time to re-heal and regenerate. Give yourself some slack. Give yourself some credit. I know that you probably want to be more so face pressed to the window. But know that you can, to some extent, take your foot off the pedal. A lot of the work that you needed to do foundationally has already been set. A lot of the tone, a lot of the tempo, a lot of the precedent, a lot of your intentions have been set into the universe. And so I feel as though these intentions are clear within yourself. Now it's just a matter of kind of having fun and playing and attracting it and being attractive and putting yourself out there in all the ways that you can. And not letting momentary setbacks, completely decide the outlook or the situation for you, especially with this kind of out of work or unable to generate income or value in the kind of old Newtonian sense. That's okay, because again, economies and waves of income, they ebb and flow. So if you're more of the kind of entrepreneurial, I believe there's like the consumer confidence index where people are more willing to spend their money versus hold on to their dollar. Looking at the things that you spend your dollar on, to get some insight. Me, I kind of feel as though I have my finger to the pulse, because I do, tarot using social media. I do food delivery, so you kind of see when people are spending their dollars here. I'm getting a little bit of a lack of emotional receptivity to this time of kind of play and fun, because it's over your head, because these energies are way more angelic and way more refined in the ether. And we are mainly kind of existing within the modality, within the matrix of you know, what's the word? Trying to make a buck, trying to generate, trying to monetize, and all that stuff. And sometimes when that's not working, you really kind of just got to put that to the side and trust that just because there's not that like extrinsic, again, define that word, you know, value. There's this intrinsic value to the extent that you could actually enjoy life, and it's a good pastime while you are waiting for certain, you know, more matrix indebted, more of the matrix types of currencies to come to you. You know, the stock market going up, cryptocurrencies, the hard dollar. You know, they're called fiat. You know, the money of a government. So the USD. You know, for those to kind of technically come in. You're being asked to understand this as a time to not generate as hard work. So. And still, nonetheless, you're being asked to kind of have trust, faith, and confidence here. There's the kind of inner knowing that this too shall pass versus the kind of option to want to kind of tyrannically force an issue or something, which never works. So better to just kind of enjoy yourself, ease up a little bit, and try to incorporate that in the spirit or essence of where you can still actively add value. And not so much worried about the return. So what else can I see? What else can I say here? I might just leave that there. I feel as though this period of uncertainty shall pass. In fact, you've come through many cycles of this, in which case I think this phase around, this cycle around, you're actually right on the brink and the precipice of like, you know what, yeah, you're right. Instead of worrying, I've gone through these, you know, patterns a couple times now, and it always works out. So let me just have fun, play, trust myself, trust my plan, and trust everything that I got going. It's gonna work out. And you know, sometimes the unknowns, we make them way worse. Yeah, the moon card in the reverse represents the unknown. This represents kind of that inner light, my fire, that inner warmth, that inner love, that inner charity and peace, the kindness of the King of Wands in reverse. This helps kind of warm you at night. And again, those are those kind of, you can't shine if you don't glow type energies. So in these, you know, periods or moments or phases of uncertainty, you be that light to yourself instead of worrying when the money's going to hit your bank account. Trust and have faith and say thank you already and all that kind of good stuff. And believe it or not, that actually kind of helps you yourself keep going and continue to add value. And again, to kind of focus on where you can add value and what you can do. Okay, so I'm getting that it's a win-win, and this is just kind of momentary, kind of in between dark night of the bank account. But on either end, you're going to kind of jump, make a leap of faith, and make it happen no matter what. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause it there. We're going to move onward to Aquarius. Feel free to reach out as always. Love you guys. Peace.